Hey guys, sorry I'm not there today to teach you this lesson, but I thought at least I could get up off my sofa and record what it is you're supposed to be doing today. The last thing that we need to do is figure out how to solve this two-step inverse expression of what I call the second type. So just a real quick review of what we did on Tuesday. There are two types of two-step questions. The ones that you all did, the first type, I call them the easier ones. That was the 1 through 10 that you did on the worksheet Tuesday and or yesterday. And that's where you had the inverse trig function inside of the parentheses and then the regular trig function on the outside. So when you do the inside parentheses, you get an angle, and you need to restrict anytime you do the diagram of an inverse. So whenever you then get that angle, you essentially turn around and do a trig function of that same picture. And when you do that, you end up getting an answer back, which is a ratio, which is why all of the first 10 answers should have been ratios. So you really only needed to have one diagram for that. The second type of two-step question that we're going to do is going to require two diagrams, and I'm going to walk you through three examples, and they're going to be like the ones on the back of your worksheet. And you'll notice when you start to take a look at these problems that the inverse and the trig function are reversed. So what we're going to do first is we're going to do normal trig function of an angle, and that will give us a ratio. And then we're going to need to draw a second diagram and do a restriction to do the second part of the problem. So in a nutshell, you'll end up getting an answer back, which is an angle. So hopefully this will make sense when we take a look at some examples. All right, so let's take a look at three examples. In our first example, where we have the tan inverse of this problem, inside the parentheses, notice there's no restriction. So this is what we did in the beginning of the year in our first unit. We simply are going to go to 3 pi over 2 and then take its sign. So 3 pi over 2 is right here, so we're doing unit circle trig. So the y-coordinate there is -1. So when we do an angle and a trig ratio, what we end up getting is the ratio. So we now, in our second step here, have to do the tan inverse of -1. So anytime we have the inverse notation, that's where we restrict. So I can't go back to this diagram. Totally don't even look at it, pretend it doesn't exist. We're going to need to draw a brand new diagram here where we restrict tan. So tan can't be in these two quadrants, so we draw it where tan's negative. And this tan and 1s are the exception to the unit circle rule. Usually 0, 1, -1 puts us in a unit circle. This instead is our O over A, which creates a 45-degree angle in quadrant 4. So our final answer is -45 because it's in quadrant 4, or we're answering all of these in radians. It's the equivalent of -pi/4. So again, had to do two diagrams. First one, do not restrict. We simply draw it wherever it tells us. And then the second one, you have to do a restriction for. In example 2, same deal here. I need to go to wherever 2 pi over 3 is. So 2 pi over 3 is a 60-degree angle here in quadrant 2. Pi divided by 3 is 60. 2 times 60 is 120. So that leaves us with a little reference angle in here of 60 degrees. So in my 30, 60, 90, I label my sides, and as I look at this, I realize I forgot to put the negative on the 1. Fortunately for us, no worries, because sine is opposite over hypotenuse, and it doesn't deal with the -1, so that didn't screw me up. But had I had to do the cosine, that definitely would have changed this problem. Anyway, the sine of this is √3 over 2. So √3 over 2 goes in my set of parentheses. And now when I see arc, which is the other notation for inverse, that means I have to restrict. So my x's go down here in quadrants 3 and 4 for cosine. And I'm drawing it where cosine is positive, which puts me up here in quadrant 1. So cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. When I label my triangle, I recognize that my angle in here is 30. So since we're in quadrant 1, the answer to this is 30, or pi/6 in radians. For my final example down here, we are looking at the sine inverse of cotan of pi/2. Doing what's in parentheses first, pi/2 puts me up here at 90. So I'm doing unit circle trig. My ordered pair is 0, 1. Cotan is the x-coordinate over the y-coordinate. So in this situation, that's going to be 0 divided by 1, which is 0. So 0 is what goes in my set of parentheses. Doing an inverse now, so our second diagram, we have to do restrictions. Sine inverse can't be in quadrants 2 and 3. So I need to think about the 3 unit circle coordinates, which one of those would have sine, the y coordinate, being 0? So the only coordinate that would have the y coordinate being 0 is this one right here. So the answer to this needs to be an angle. So at 0 degrees or 0 radians, that's where this happens. So long story short, all of these problems where you have the inverse on the outside, your final answer in a little square box is going to be an angle. You have to draw 2 diagrams for these. The first one has no restrictions. You simply draw it wherever it tells you to go. The second one needs to have restrictions. Good luck with these. The answers are in Canvas here, so check it and work together. And when I get back tomorrow, if you have any questions, we'll take a look at it. All right, bye-bye.